Hi, this is Sally from Outdoorithm. We created Outdoorithm to make camping easier for urban families. We're trying to demystify the process, remove the friction that a lot of people feel when they even think about planning a camping trip. And for folks who have already been camping, we're here to help you elevate your game. So today I wanted to share a tool we created because one of the questions we get the most often is how do I get those high demand peak season reservations? And that can be a little tricky. We're coming from California here, and there's really high demand for campground reservations, and that's becoming the case more and more across the country too. So here's our tool. I'm starting off on the Outdoorithm website, and if you click to reservation tools, you can go to overview. And I'm showing you this first, one, because you can get to the reservation calculator from here, but two, because starting out, this is a great place to just get literally the 1, 2, 3 steps of how to make a reservation. So this is federal lands, so national parks, national forests, and then down here we also included the California state park system, Reserve California. A lot of other states use some version of Reserve America, so you can find your state there. But here are the steps as well as some policy information, which you'll actually need for your campground before you use the tool. So jumping to the reservation calculator. So again, I went to the outdoorithm.com and I went to reservation tools. You can actually also just find it from the homepage though. Here you'll see our campground recommendations. If you don't know yet where you want to go, this is a good place to start. And then our EarlyBird campsite booking calculator is right here. So just hit start planning. And this will bring you to the EarlyBird Campsite Advanced Booking Calculator. So you can read this blurb. It tries to explain to you the reservation process, as you can see by the length of it. It can get tricky. So if you scroll down, we actually created, here's a screenshot of the calculator and a visual, if that's easier for you, of how it works. The calculator itself, you can just use it right here. So I am going to start by entering a date. So a lot of booking, again, we're talking peak season, high demand campgrounds. A lot of it happens 6 months out, and that's in national parks as well as state parks. So I'm going to start looking at January, and I'm just going to pick a random date in January that's about 6 months out. And I'm going to say that I want to camp 2 nights. And so this is one of the questions that you would need to get from the campground website itself or from that reservation overview that I mentioned earlier. So I know that the campground, I'm thinking about Bothy Napa Valley campground, and they allow 14 nights. That's the max that you're allowed to book. So I'm going to put that there. How many months in advance does the campground allow you to book a site? For that one, it is 6 months. And do they allow sliding modifications? That means, are you allowed to modify the reservation if it includes a night beyond the current booking window? And for Reserve California, the answer is yes. For the California State Parks, the answer is yes. You can move your reservation forward after you've made the reservation. So having input that information, you'll see it's already auto-populated when I need to book. So on this date, June 29th, I need to make a reservation for January 23rd. Then I would do my first sliding modification on July 11th, and then trim my reservations on July 29th. So in a chart format, let's see, these are the dates right here. So this is the date I want to camp, or this is the date I'm going to start my campground reservation. And this is the date I'm going to book it. So on June 29th, I'm going to book for December 29th. You'll realize that's not the date you actually want to go camping, but we're rolling it forward. So the 29th of December, you'll make your first reservation and you'll do the full max 14 days that that campground allows. That will give you a reservation that starts on the 29th of December and goes through January 11th. So then on July 11th, right here, you will modify, you will slide forward your reservation. So your last date, which is the 11th, will become your first date, and you will slide it again 14 days all the way to the 23rd of January. Now you'll see that I wrote down that I wanted to camp starting the 23rd. So now the 23rd is my 13th day and my 14th day, and then I'm out on the 25th. So then on the 29th of July or any day before that, I can go back and trim my reservation. So that is a simplification of the process that it takes to reserve a campground when it's 6 months out and it's high demand. Sometimes you'll go in, reservations open up at 7 a.m. for national parks, 8 a.m. for California state parks, and you're 6 months out exactly, but your date is gone and you don't know why. And the reason is this. The reason is sliding modifications. People can actually book not just 6 months out, but really 6 months and 14 days out, and then slide their reservation forward. And they do it the day before you ever see the reservation. And that's why it's already booked when you get there. So this calculator does that for you. It lets you know this is the date that I actually need to book, not 6 months out, 6 months, 14 days out. This is when I book if I want to camp on these dates. And just remember to trim your reservation so it does get released to other folks who might be interested in it, who maybe didn't plan 6 months in advance. They will get the opportunity to book that one. So that is how we use our reservation calculator. And let's hop on and make a reservation. So if you're making a reservation at a national park, you will actually go to recreation.gov. Again, if you're on the Outdoorithm website, it will give you that information, where to log in, how to navigate, etc. If you are reserving at a California state park, or again, if you're in another state, look it up under Reserve America. That is often where states do it. So ours is just called Reserve California, and the website and the overview reservation process is listed right here. Again, it's not the same detail you would get from the calculator, but it gives you the overall overview steps. So Reserve California looks like this. You will need to create an account and log in. So let's do that next.